It's review time again, and the reason this review exists is because I got another Fenix light because of how fantastic this first one was. Now this is touted many times on many reviews on YouTube, and what they usually show you is some beam shots and a little bit of information about it. Well, I'm not going to get into beam shots because personally I don't think they represent the actual view of how much light it's outputting. It just doesn't translate to the camera well. If you'd like to see beam shots, look for static pictures of them. Sometimes those are a bit better. Myself, I will tell you that it's a bright light. I'm going to talk more about its construction and what I use it for, and basically review this fantastic light from Fenix. Anyway, the other light I bought, which is prompting me to do this review now, is the TK41. So let's see what it looks like next to the TK41. As you can see, the TK41 here is considerably larger. It's almost the same size as one of my 2D Maglites. And it's also considerably brighter, but you can't EDC something that large. As a matter of fact, this isn't a perfect comparison, but this is a 3D Maglite right here. So you can see that they are pretty similar, this one being a little bit longer, of course. But there's a 3D Maglite to get that in there. Now, I had never had a Fenix light before I got this LD20 here. All I was a big fanboy for Maglites. And my feelings for the Maglite brand kind of dipped off with some bad experiences I had both with the D Maglites and with the AA LED Maglites. And I used to be a big fanboy for them, but then I finally smartened up and said there are better lights out there now, even though I'd been using the Maglites for years. And the Maglites are trusty and they're great, but there are better options out there. As a matter of fact, this is going to be what I am comparing it to. This is a 2AA Maglite LED. This is the first generation of the Maglite LED. That's the one I bought. The second generation is a tad bit brighter. Not a big deal for me. I don't plan on going out and buy it. But you'll notice the tail cap is a different color. That's because I installed a Terralux click button tail cap, push button tail cap, and I decided to give that click button to my dad, who has one of these AA Maglites here, and I never found the same colored tail cap for this AA here, so it has a silver one on the end. Oh well. But that's going to be the comparison, because I know a lot of people out there, either they have the AA LED Maglites, or even worse, they have just the AA Maglites. Folks, if you still think Maglite is the gold standard in flashlights, you need to move up. Fenix isn't even the gold standard. I don't even think there is a gold standard, but put it this way, it isn't Maglite anymore. Maglite used to be really, perhaps not top of his class, but really fantastic, because they used to be the most durable things ever, especially with the incandescent bulbs. And, you know, the cops used to carry them because you could beat somebody over the head with them, and that's just what they used to do. But yeah, so here, let's get into the actual review. I do have the box, and like I usually try to do with my reviews, I like to show what you get in the box and then talk about the actual product. So, the Fenix LD20, here's the box. It comes in one of these boxes. Let's get the price out of the way right here as we're talking about the box. I believe I paid about $55 for it on Amazon. I don't know what the MSRP is, but you could still get them nowadays for low 50s, maybe 45. I got this about a year ago. I've been using it for a year, because when I want to test something, I don't just want to take it outside and shine it in my backyard and give you a review on it. I like to use it and give you my honest opinion on it. It's very, very positive for this one, but there are a few negatives we'll get into. So here's the box. Let's see what it says in the front. LD20, max 180 lumens. Let's focus here. 2 AA batteries. I'm a big fan of the AA's because I do not like to deal with the CR123s. They're too expensive. I know you can buy them in bulk and get them for 25 cents a piece, but you got to buy 400,000 of them. I just like the AA's because they're rechargeable. You can get the CR123 rechargeable things. They're called like 1850s or something like that. I like it simple with the 2 AA's. Newly designed reflector, outstanding beam shots. I agree. It's actually an orange peel reflector. I'll get to that when I look at the light. 2 modes with 6 types of output. Yes, there is a turbo mode, and then there is a general use mode. I will talk about that when I get to the light. 71 hours of survival use at 9 lumens. I can attest to that being true. A while ago I shot a video about my power being out with Hurricane Irene, and my power was out for 3 days, and I had light that entire time. Obviously I don't need light in the daytime. You can cut that in half, but the batteries lasted like a champ throughout and for a couple months afterwards. And Type 3 hard anodized finish, it does do a great job protecting it. You'll see it's got a little damage on the light, but not much. And waterproof to IPX8 standards. That is also something I can attest to. Because like I said, when I want to test these lights, I'm not going to go outside and shine in my backyard and say it's alright. I want to test my lights. Lights are something that I don't really baby any of my equipment, because it's just don't do it. You got it to use, you didn't get it to be a, you know, Safe Queen, not a $50 flashlight. Why would you want that? It's just something you don't want. Anyway, on the back here, there is some English. I can't remember if this has some Pigeon English in it. Let me see here. It doesn't on the back, but I believe the instructions have some Pigeon English. It is a made in China flashlight, which, again, not a big deal for me. If it's made in flashlight, not made in made in China, not made in the USA. The reason being, a lot of great stuff comes out of China. I know we get a lot of crap, but a lot of stuff is actually very good out of China. Let's not forget, Mac computers and Apple products are made in China, but they're also designed by some brilliant folks over here in the USA. Doesn't really affect me. I know I support American business as well. American businesses don't make this particular fantastic light. Anyway, Maglites are made in the USA, though, so that might be a consideration if you're a closed-minded person who only likes to buy products made in the USA. Oh, and what else do you get in the box? You get a holster. I never use it because I use the pocket clip on the flashlight. Not that great of a holster, but I'm sure it'll do. You get 2 spare O-rings. They are both, I believe, the same size. Yes, they are, in case they ever dry out or wear out. And you get a spare end cap. Haven't figured out how to replace the end cap yet. Haven't needed to. That's good, though, that they give you a spare. In this little dime bag here, there is a holder that the flashlight came in and some instructions. I believe these have a hilarious mistake or two on them. Oh, a warranty card, which I never sent back. I believe it is a 2-year warranty. I don't know if you have to send the card back. Let's hope nothing happens to my light. Apparently valid for their lifetime, valid for life-limited time. Look at this. Valid for life-limited time. Free service within 2 years from purchase date. That's funny. That's also not proper English. So there's a mistake right there. I always like those life 2-year limits. That's fun. And then here's the instruction manual, which I'm sure also has some funny mistakes in it. Here we go. Here, look at this. We will replace products. Hold on. Zoom now. Come on now. Don't let me down. We will replace products affected with manufacturing defects within 15 days of purchase and repair a light free of charge within 24 months of purchase if problems develop with normal wear. So if anything is affected with manufacturing defects, I'll be sure to send it back. Now, the flashlight. Whoops. Okay, here we go. First of all, it is a AA light. I went over this before. So is the mini Maglite. It's actually smaller, so you have a much better light in a smaller package. It's almost the same girth, but it is a little bit smaller on the LD20. Now, how have I tested this light in my conditions? Okay, it's been dropped countless times onto hard blacktop, not because I thought I would test it by doing that, because I've just happened to be carrying, what usually happens is I'm carrying groceries or something in, and I'm carrying about 57,000 things, and this is 57,001, and I usually drop it, just like I drop my iPhone. That's why it's in an OtterBox, because I'm a bit clumsy when it comes to things like that, trying to handle all that at once. So yeah, I've dropped it on concrete many times. I've had it submerged in a hot tub, which if you're going to test a light for water resistance, it's not a bad idea to do it in hot water because the metal and the rubber O-rings will expand at different rates, and that can cause leaks if it's not properly sealed. But I've had this in 104-degree hot tub water because that's where I like to test my lights. Yes, I test my lights in my hot tub because I'm weird like that, I understand. But it's been in there for 15 minutes underwater and not a single leak. Can't say the same for the Maglite. Maglite leaks in there. It's not sealed nearly as well as the Fenix LD20. It actually will leak, and you'll have a little pool of water there in the head, which cannot be good for the light in the long run. I'm not saying you're going to go swimming in your hot tub with these lights, but it's good for if it's raining out. What might happen is you might get moisture in, and you can very easily corrode the batteries inside the light. I've broken 3 in a row, 3 D-cell Maglites because of corrosion. Each time Duracell sent me a free light, Well, they actually sent me a check for $25 to buy another one. Each time I went out and bought another one, they corroded in there again. I think that's more about the Duracells, but it also has to do with moisture getting in the light, which is not a good thing. Not a single problem with the LD20 in that department. So it's been underwater, been dropped on the concrete many times. It's been buried in feet of snow, because I thought it would be a good idea just to test the light, to bury it under many feet of snow for, say, 10-15 minutes, and I never had a problem in that department. And the one time that I really appreciated this light was, well, there's a story that goes along with this. It was night a couple of weeks ago. I was throwing the ball with the dogs. Yes, I throw the ball with my dogs at night, and the tennis ball bounced over the fence, and behind my fence there is about 100-foot drop, but it's a slope down there. And it's hard to go down in the daytime, so when it's snowy and it's nighttime, it's not a particularly good idea to go down there. But I decided I'll go get the ball anyway, and it got stuck on a tree. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to go get this. So I jumped the fence, went down there, got the ball, tried to get back up, couldn't get any traction. I had my boots on, because it was pretty much snow and ice there. Couldn't get any traction, used the LD20 as a spike in the ice to pull myself up the hill, and it worked beautifully. And the only damage it has incurred in the finish is a little bit of wear up here at the bezel. A little bit of wear up there at the bezel. Not even the glass has been scratched. The glass is an anti-reflective sapphire-coated glass, and sapphire is what they also use on the high-end watches to make their crystal not scratch. It's not a sapphire glass, it's sapphire-coated. So I have not had a single scratch on it, even with doing all those things with it, which is very nice. And it's also not shattered, which I suppose is nice. Now the actual light portion of it. How bright is it? How does it work and stuff like that? Like I said, there won't be any beam shots, but what I will do is I will tell you all the different modes. There are 4 different modes in the general mode here, which in order to get to the general mode, if you have the bezel all the way torqued down, that would be the turbo mode. To get your general mode, just don't have it all the way torqued down. You get 9 lumens to start. That'll last 72 hours. That is what I use for my survival mode when the power went out for 3 days here. I would put it up against, leaning against something. It has an anti-roll bezel here, which is a nice feature. I would put it up against something, and then I could read. And I would read at night for many hours at a time. When the power's out, there's not much to do. But I would read, and it would be fantastic. I kept it on for hours at a time. For the 9 lumen mode right here, it is quoted at 71 hours. That is a little too dim to go walking around at night with, though. For that, sometimes I kick it up to the next mode, which is about 47 lumens. That is pretty adequate for walking around at night. I use that if it's, there's a moon out, it's not just totally pitch black, I'm not walking in the woods or anything. It's a pretty good general mode. I probably keep it in this 47 mode more than any others. And the time on that is about 20-30 hours, I believe. Next is the 93 or 94 lumen mode. This is really good for walking around outside. If it's really dark or you're in the woods or something, it lights up the area pretty well. The time on this is about 5 hours for this 93 lumen mode. And then there's SOS, which I never use, so I can't tell you how long the battery life is for it. But it's there. And then, okay, that's general mode. Then you turn it off. To get into turbo mode, you crank the bezel all the way down, and you get turbo mode, and that is 180 lumens. The battery life on that is 2 hours, and all of these times that are quoted, I can attest to. The battery life on this light is superb. It is very, very good. It definitely get 2 hours on turbo. I would say that 71 hours for the 9 lumens is actually a little bit low. That may have to do with the fact that in this light, I always run, and you should too when you get to these nice flashlights like this, rechargeable batteries, especially Eneloop, which are some of the best. Definitely don't use alkalines in this. Not only might you not get the full power, but the rechargeable didn't really last longer. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, so now that I've mentioned that it's waterproof and it's really it's very durable, has a great battery life. How do I carry it? I carry it in my left pocket with this pocket clip. It's a titanium pocket clip, and it's nearly indestructible. I carry it in my left pocket, don't even notice it. It's really not that hard to carry, it's not that big at all. And unlike the Maglite there, it actually comes with a pocket clip, which is very nice. So you don't have to wear it on some holster sticking out of your belt or anything like that. So that's a very nice feature too. The only problem with that pocket clip there is that sometimes I can get it caught at the right angle that it will sometimes pop off. And I've had that happen about 3 different times. My pants will hook under there, and then I'll bend in a certain way that the whole clip will just pop right off. It goes back on easy enough, but you don't want to lose that clip because that would probably not be a good thing. That's one con this light has. It's been mostly pros so far. The other con I would say is that it does not have a memory to which mode you put it in, except obviously turbo, because you have to turn the bezel for that. Oh yeah, by the way, turbo mode, I showed you this, 180 lumens, 2 hours. It also has strobe. So that also lasts 2 hours in case you need a strobe light, in case you need to do a 70s disco thing. So turn it off. Another con I was going to say is it doesn't have a memory to switch modes here. I showed you the different modes, but to switch, you turn it off, or excuse me, turn it on, off, and then back on within, I think it's a second or 2 seconds, and that'll switch through all your modes. But it doesn't have a memory. If I go to, let's say, medium here, and I turn it off, and I set down for a while, if I come back, it'll be back to low. I wish it had a memory. The TK41, bringing back this guy for comparison, does in fact have a memory. That's what I like about that. But it's a fantastic light. 180 lumens would be brighter than you would most need for general uses, unless you're going to go search for somebody, which in case you probably want a bigger light anyway. 180 is definitely satisfactory. At this time, I'd like to insert this here. One of my favorite features that the Maglite does not have that this light does is what's called digital regulation. It's digitally voltage regulated, meaning with the Maglite, and this is one of the reasons I needed to move up from this Maglite besides the fact that water got into it, it does not have digital voltage regulation. So what that does is you'll put 2 batteries in it, and you click it on, and maybe for a couple hours it'll be at maybe 100% brightness, and then it'll drop off. It'll go 90%, 85%, 84%. As the batteries die, the light will get weaker until you're at a point where you might be at 50%. You're like, should I put fresh batteries in? Then I'm wasting these batteries. I don't want to waste batteries with 50% life, but then again, I can't see exactly what I want as if I had fresh batteries. It's a big toss-up game, which I do not like. The Fenix LD20 is voltage regulated, meaning you will get 100% battery power until the light dies. And that is what I want. I strongly prefer that. You put 2 batteries in, you click it on, you'll get all your brightness, all your modes will work, even the 180 lumens, all the way until the batteries die. And that's what I like. I much prefer that, and it's a great feature. Lots of lights have it, Maglites do not. So that is something that's really important, and I got to mention it here. Can't believe I didn't mention it in a review. That's why I'm sticking it in somewhere in the middle here. All right. The throw on is very, very, very far. I can't. Again, I'm not going to give you beam shots. I don't think that they do really justice on video. And like I said, there's beam shots out there, but that's my experience. I want to test the durability and the value of this light. So for $55, for $45, get the Fenix LD20. This has the. Let's take a look here. Premium Q5 Cree LED. And this is an older version, actually. They just recently updated the line with the Cree R5, I believe it is, and that gives you a little bit longer runtime. So, alright, that is my thoughts on the Fenix LD20, a fantastic light for EDC. I'm hoping that its brother here, like I said, I'd never heard of Fenix before I got this light, but I heard a lot of good things about the light, so I decided to pick it up to upgrade from the Maglite there. And that is why I bought the TK41, and this is about a $130 light. So put it this way, that light was good enough to make me purchase the TK41. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. Highly recommend it if you don't have an EDC light. If you don't have an EDC light at all, get one. I don't care if it's a $5 Streamlight Nano Stream. Get one. You need it. I use that flashlight about every day. It's a very good idea to have a light on you at all times. I never leave my EDC kit without a flashlight. But yeah, if you're still sticking with a Maglite, move up. It's time to move on and get to one of these nice LED powered with the Cree LEDs flashlights. And hell, make it an LD20. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Go out and buy one.